Come on! Cursed storm.
Where are we?
Looks like the captain's cabin. But it's a total mess.
Hello? Wait, shouldn't we just...
Can't hurt to take a look around, can it? Right. Not bad.
Hey, what are you doing?
Keep your shirt on, okay?
I beg your pardon?
Till we've met the crew, we should be ready for anything.
You can't just walk around and steal things. Mr.
Drop the formalities. Call me Lex.
Lex. I'm Anna.
See? Wasn't that hard.
I think first
Hang
we
on.
should...
There's no we, understood? You do whatever suits you, but don't count me in.
Don't you see that all of this concerns both of us?
Don't you see that you're getting on my nerves?
Please, let's try and find a way to get along, can we?
If you say so. I was always better off on my own.
Well, do what you want then.
Sure, always.
What kind of ship is this?
You don't know much about ships. This is a brigantine, two-masted transport ship. Couple of years old at a guess. But there's something strange about this ship.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. It all looks like it's been put together with miscellaneous odd parts. I mean, look around. Everything's kind of strange.
You seem to know a thing or two about ships.
A little.
I thought that our ship was blown far off any trading route during the storm. How could we bump into a trading ship out here?
Maybe they simply lost their way in the storm.
If this is what it looks like inside the captain's cabin, I'm not fond of finding out the state of the rest of the ship.
Not so fast. Maybe the captain thought this was the best way to hide his riches.
Riches? What are you talking about?
I just want to take a look around.
Why did our ship sink so fast?
I've got my ideas, but I'll keep them to myself for now.
I'd really like to know what happened.
Let's focus on what lies ahead of us now.
Where did you say you were heading?
Europe.
Of course, but what was your business there?
Well, what were you up to?
I'm a reporter for the daily newspapers back home in New York. I was supposed to write about Spain because their colonies in the New World are...
Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really interest me.
You didn't say what you wanted to do in Europe.
Simple answer. I'm looking for my lucky break.
What do you mean?
Let's stop talking about me, can we please?
I'm sorry. I don't remember seeing you during the trip.
Not everyone can afford the luxury of traveling first class. Consider yourself lucky that you landed up in the water with a nice guy like me.
Well, anyway, do you think there are other survivors? Maybe some made it into the lifeboats after all.
I was a bit too busy clinging onto that piece of wood while the storm was throwing us around to pay attention to anything else. What's most important is that I'm alive and well.
I've lost my bag.
Come again?
My bag. There are personal possessions inside. When I jumped into the water, I still had it on my shoulder.
Then maybe next time you should look after your stuff better.
Well, maybe you saw it when...
No, I didn't notice anything.
Let's talk later.
Locked.
I can take a closer look at things with it. The newspapers are rather old. There's not much that I can decipher. Well, one of the headlines tells about kidnapped and murdered children from Laje do Pico. Nothing but the sea. Nothing but the sea. Nothing but the sea. Old and rotten. Not a place for a good night's sleep. The clothesline leads behind the wall and is tied to a beam. This drawer doesn't have a handle and seems to be stuck. The picture shows a beautiful woman. She seems lonely. The captain might summon the crew with it. The ink is dried, and the feather looks ragged. The drawer is locked. The drawer is locked. Empty. Someone's been thirsty. It's got no wick and no oil. This might help me to open something. A simple corkscrew. Tons of doorstopper books. That's strange. I feel a faint draft. Maybe there's something behind the books. I'll take the note with me. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. Tons of doorstopper books. Tons of doorstopper books. There is, in fact, a ventilation grid behind the books. Screws hold it in place. As if it was looking at me. The portrait of a beautiful woman. The captain seems to have a thing for ships. The picture's crooked. I should take a closer look. Let's see what this picture's about. What? There's a small key attached to the back of the picture. A small key. Now all I need to do is find the fitting lock. It shows a large ship in a harbor. A picture of a large ship with white sails. Could this be the captain? The door is locked. I'm afraid that doesn't help me. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates. This setup doesn't look very trustworthy. The ropes are creaking worryingly. This setup doesn't look very trustworthy. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates. A wooden wall with a knothole. I wonder what's behind it. This thin wooden wall is blocked by something on the other side. The chest is secured with a 3-digit combination lock. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates.
Maybe we should just wait until someone opens the door from the other side.
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. I shouldn't drill there. Screws hold it in place. I shouldn't drill there. Empty. Someone's been thirsty. The bottle is already empty. the drawer doesn't have a keyhole. A new handle for the drawer. I think I can open it now.
Wait a minute. Weren't you the one who got all hot under the collar just because I pocketed something?
I'm looking for a way to open this door. You intended to steal the captain's valuables. You really want to compare that?
Compare what you will.
I'll take the note with me. It's a news article. Someone scribbled some numbers on it. I've unlocked the drawer. I'll take the note with me. The photograph of a little girl, but the burned holes make her unidentifiable and creepy. I've unlocked the drawer. That's a lot of books. There's no more room for them on the bookshelf. It's jam-packed. It's a piece of paper. Someone scribbled numbers on it, and holes have been cut into it. The photograph of a little girl, but the burned holes make her unidentifiable and creepy. If I place the notes on top of one another, they show some kind of code. It doesn't seem to make sense. Maybe something's missing. Only 3 numbers remain. If I do it like this, I can see 3 numbers through the holes. That was the right combination. Let's see what's inside the chest.
What? How did you manage to open that lock?
The captain seems to have a thing for puzzles. The combination was split and hidden in a couple of notes.
A crowbar would have done the trick faster.
If I put a crowbar in your hands, I'd be afraid of you wrecking the whole cabin.
Hey, don't be cheeky, lady. Well, whatever. But when you hit gold, I want to be the first to know.
A strange amulet. The amulet looks almost like a key. I hope I won't cut myself with it. The shaving razor is extremely sharp. Good that you can fold it up.
Maybe we should just wait until someone opens the door from the other side.
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
I'd probably cut all my fingers off with this knife while attempting to unscrew the ventilation grate. It doesn't fit here. I'll just cut myself. It doesn't fit here. Well, the amulet does have the shape of a key, but I can't use it with a normal lock. I'll just cut myself. I'll just cut myself. There are some soggy documents inside. This setup doesn't look very trustworthy. The ropes are creaking worryingly. It's completely empty. A nightcap for the captain?
The rope goes behind the wall. Might work, but maybe there's another way. Maybe Lex can give me a hand.
A row of small portholes. There's hardly any light coming through.
Don't you feel guilty about rummaging through other people's stuff?
Do you know a thing or two about knots?
I've been at sea on a schooner for 6 years. Is that enough?
There's a knot back there. I can't untie it.
What a pity. I'd be delighted to help you out with that.
Thank you.
Not free of charge, of course. So, tell me what you have to offer.
Oh? And what is it that you have in mind?
Well, should you come across something valuable while you're poking around this cabin, I might be interested in it. Or you could show me some other pretty things that you might have on you.
I found an expensive-looking piece of jewelry.
Well, thanks a million. So where's that devil's knot that's the cause of your sleepless nights? How did you do that? Let's take a look. That Sloughed Fox has built himself a secret chamber. And inside is, what the hell is that?
Maybe we can find something here to get the door open.
The pipes go into the floor, probably into the cargo hold. What the hell have they built down there? Maybe it's best not to bump into those guys.
Are you always that negative?
You haven't got a clue about what a crew is capable of doing in order to keep a secret, especially one like this. And what they're capable of doing to people that they find sniffing around, like us. Don't you feel guilty about rummaging through other people's stuff?
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
The cartridge is broken. It can't hold the gas. This is used to fill up gas cartridges. Looks like the gas is used to light up the ship. This might come in handy. Boy, that thing is heavy. A thick rope that the captain uses as a clothesline. A giant harpoon. Have they been on a hunting trip? These old pipes are huge. The rusty deposits on them suggest that they're leaking. This is used to fill up gas cartridges. Looks like the gas is used to light up the ship. The broken part has to go. It's empty and it's broken. This is used to fill up gas cartridges. Looks like the gas is used to light up the ship. Gas is escaping from the machine. I'd better put a container over the leak. Not in a very good condition. I'll just cut myself. Empty. Someone's been thirsty. It's got no wick and no oil. That's not a whale. As if it was looking at me.
Don't you feel guilty about rummaging through other people's stuff?
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
The door is locked. That doesn't get me anywhere.
It could work, but it would probably take too long, and it would take too much effort. I don't think that the crew would appreciate me wrecking their door. Now I've got a kind of anchor. I'd need to attach the anchor somewhere first, or this would be quite a waste.
Not the right job for an anchor. Not the right job for an anchor. I can take a closer look at things with it.
The anchor is attached to the door.
Say, what on earth are you doing now?
Trying to get out.
Interesting try. Getting a bit seasick, are we?
Just wait and see.
That doesn't get me anywhere. I think I'm done tinkering with it. I think I'm done tinkering with it. I think I'm done tinkering with it. That doesn't get me anywhere.
Don't you feel guilty about rummaging through other people's stuff?
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
I'll just cut myself. I'll just cut myself. I'll just cut myself. I think I'm done tinkering with it. I think I'm done tinkering with it. This setup doesn't look very trustworthy. The ropes are creaking worryingly. I think I'm done tinkering with it. 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 These old pipes are huge. The rusty deposits on them suggest that they're leaking. This is used to fill up gas cartridges. Looks like the gas is used to light up the ship. I'll just cut myself. I think I'm done tinkering with it. I think I'm done tinkering with it.
I'd probably cut all my fingers off with this knife while attempting to unscrew the ventilation grate.
Tons of door stopper books. Tons of door stopper books. Tons of door stopper books. Lots of books about all sorts of rubbish. Tons of door stopper books. Tons of door stopper books. Tons of door stopper books. As if it was looking at me. As if it was looking at me. The portrait of a beautiful woman. I'll just cut myself. 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 It's got no wick and no oil. I'll just cut myself. I'll just cut myself. The ink is dried and the feather looks ragged. Empty. Someone's been thirsty. The captain might summon the crew with it. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates. A row of small portholes. There's hardly any light coming through. Not in a very good condition. I think I'm done tinkering with it. I'll just cut myself. Old and rotten. Not a place for a good night's sleep. I'll just cut myself. It's completely empty. A nightcap for the captain? Tons of door stopper books. I think I'm done tinkering with it.
It's already fixed to the lock.
I think I'm done tinkering with it. think I'm done tinkering with it. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates. I think I'm done tinkering with it. There are some Saki documents inside. I'll just cut myself. There are some Saki documents inside. I think I'm done tinkering with it.
I should open the window before throwing the hook that way.
Oh, this must be the most stupid idea that I've ever... Huh?
If you'd helped me to crack the lock, this would have been much easier.
The ship that we wanted to sail to Europe, it sunk somewhere out there.
Don't you feel guilty about rummaging through other people's stuff?
I'll be fine on my own.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Done! The door's open. Let's go look for the captain.
Just a moment.
What now?
I haven't quite finished reading the logbook, and there's other bits of paper lying around.
You mean that you haven't got enough loot?
You've got a problem with that?
I've had enough. I'm off.
Oh, no, you don't. You're staying right here.
Get off.
Lex! I didn't want that to happen.
I can't breathe. My ribs. I think I broke some.
You're bleeding.
I can't feel my legs.
You need help, and fast.
Agreed. This might be a good time to look for the captain.
Lex, don't pass out. You need to stay awake.
I think I'm hurt real bad. I might not make it.
Rubbish. I'll help you.
These crates. You need to get them off of me somehow.
Okay, maybe I can just lift them off.
Hurry, damn it.
Don't pass out. I'm gonna try.
I'll do my best. The crates. You need to get them off me somehow.
Hold on. I'll be back in no time.
Damn it! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I was trying to lift the crates, but they're too heavy for me.
And shoving them down over my leg wasn't really helpful. Damn it! That hurts. Maybe you can make them lighter somehow.
I've opened the lid. Lots of pepper sprinkled onto the floor.
You did it. It's about time. I don't think that I've broken anything.
Your leg, it's bleeding. We need to stop the blood.
Wait, we should disinfect the wound before bandaging it.
I'll look around for bandages and disinfectant.
Peppercorn that fell out of one of the crates.
So, did you find something?
I don't know where to look.
I don't think you'll find anything useful here. You'll have to look around in other areas of the ship.
Hello? Anybody here? Maybe they've all gone to bed?
Anna! Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you meet anyone yet?
No, but I've hardly stepped out of the captain's cabin yet. Besides that, it doesn't really look so inviting around here. Gas cartridges can be attached here to supply the lamps with gas. I'll take this with me.
So, what's going on?
It's pitch black outside. I need to find some light.
The crew? Met anyone?
At least not on this deck. How's the injury?
I feel weak. I'm still bleeding.
Wait, I'll just grab a blanket from back there. Or a rag from the clothesline.
Ugh. I'm not in that much of a hurry. Maybe we'll find some clothes that are slightly cleaner? Or even better, some actual bandages?
All right. I'll keep looking some more. But if you begin to pass out, I'll have to use these dirty rags on you.
I'm sure you'll find some nice clean bandages somewhere. In an emergency, we can make do with your blouse.
How charming. A container for gas. Right now it's empty. This is used to fill up gas cartridges. Looks like the gas is used to light up the ship. This should work.
What are you doing there? You're gonna kill us both.
I don't know. The machine just sprung to life.
Machine? To me, that sounds more like a monster breathing. Somewhere deep down inside the belly of the ship.
I couldn't have known something like this would happen.
Well, apart from the sound, nothing has changed. Which is a good thing, because I don't think I could survive a second ship sinking today.
Now, if this isn't gonna help me, nothing is. These old pipes are huge. The rusty deposits on them suggest that they're leaking. The gas cartridge is now full. It's got no wick and no oil. I'd better be careful with the filled gas cartridge. Nothing's happening. I can't see anything. It's pitch black in here. It's too dark in here. I've got to find a way to turn on the light. It's too dark in here. I've got to find a way to turn on the light. The pipe should be filled with gas again, so the lamp should work again. I feel watched, but it looks so deserted. Probably just my imagination. A hatch in the hull. It's very rusty. Even if it were open, it would only lead outside, where there's nothing but water. The door is locked. This must be the doctor's cabin. In the back of the room, there's a ventilation shaft. It's gotta lead to the captain's cabin. The door is locked. I'm already on board, so I don't need it anymore. I'm already on board, so I don't need it anymore. The door is locked. What's a piece of machinery like this doing on a sailing ship? A big shelf full of scrap metal. A heavy chain that I found in the mechanic's room. Maybe I can use the cog somewhere. A cogwheel with several holes in it that are meant for screws. It looks to be full of trash. The doors of this metal locker are terribly rusty. A sketch of a clockwork. The more tools, the better. A collection of metal tools, cogwheels, and springs is lying around. However, time has taken its toll, and almost everything is rusted. A piece of leather. Maybe I can make something useful out of it. A large screwdriver that's been used a lot.
It's not sharp enough to cut that tough leather.
Nothing to screw or unscrew here. The pipe's warm, and it's vibrating. But what's its purpose on a sailing ship? A big clock face. The craftsman must have assembled it by himself. Nothing's happening. The clock doesn't seem to be working. As if you could put something here. Nothing to screw or unscrew here. This chain might be more useful elsewhere. There's a little door. It's closed. The engravings seem to depict hell. It looks like a cogwheel is missing.
The cogwheel won't hold like that. I'll need screws to fix it into place.
Nothing to screw or unscrew here. Nothing to screw or unscrew here. The doors of this metal locker are terribly rusty. Nothing to screw or unscrew here. The The bell would probably alert the whole ship. The cord's torn off. Everything seems to be in quite a shabby state. A long cord that I took from the bell. The bell would probably alert the whole ship. There's an opening behind it. I wonder what it's for. The shaft leads down into another cabin. Above the grating, I can see a crane.
Maybe just the wind?
Hello? Is anybody here? I'm shipwrecked and I need some help. Hello? It would be pure suicide if I try to climb down there. Now I can take a closer look at the ventilation shaft. Insulating material could come in useful. This material can be used on openings to stop the wind from coming through. It can also be used to reduce the transfer of heat. The skull drill lies too deep down the shaft. I can't reach it like this. This chain might be more useful elsewhere. I don't need to tie up everything. The skull drill lies too deep down the shaft. I can't reach it like this. I don't need to tie up everything. This chain might be more useful elsewhere. They're nailed tight. I can't make out what was once written on the crates.
So, did you find something?
No, not yet.
Please, you've got to find these things. I'm getting dizzy.
Nothing here that I need to insulate. Well, now I can go fishing. A fishing rod. Or, to be more precise, just a rod since the line and hook are missing.
Ouch. I need to be more careful.